Go ahead.
This is a story that means a lot to me because for 5 summers I would work on my grandparents' farm. We would get up every morning about 5 o'clock and go milk the cows. And no matter what, every day you had to go milk the cows, and every night you had to go milk the cows. You couldn't go on vacation. You couldn't do anything because you always had to milk the cows, which is just fine. But this is a story told by Pearl Buck, wrote by Pearl Buck, who's a famous authoress. She tells of the son that was. It started with the father telling his wife, "I just hate to wake him up. He's getting older and it's harder for him. He needs more sleep." And she says, "But you can't do it without him. You have to wake him up." She said, "I know." But his son overheard his father saying he didn't really desire to wake him up, but he knew he had to get his help on the chores. So he went and woke him up, and from that point on, he knew his father loved him. And this was a few days before Christmas, and he thought of the stable or the barnyard, the place where the cows were milked, and he thought how much similarity that might have to where Jesus was born, and the idea started to come to his mind of a gift he would like to give his father because they didn't have a lot of money to give nice gifts in. They had a few things, but mostly things they made themselves. Well, his gift that formed in his mind was to, what he did was he tried really hard all night not to sleep too late. He kept waking up about 20 times and lighting a match and looking and seeing what time it was. And he got up at 2:45, then went out and for the first time by himself milked the cows all by himself and fed the cows and got them all done. The cows were a little bit sleepy and surprised because it was a little bit early, but he got them all milked and taken care of, and he just barely got back into bed when his father came about 4 o'clock to wake him up. And he said, "It's time. I know, son, it's Christmas Day, and I know we don't want to milk the cows, but we got to milk the cows before Christmas comes." And, "Okay, Dad, I'll be there." And his father went out. He was already dressed, went out, and it took about 10 minutes. And he came back in, and he was kind of sobbing and kind of talking at the same time. And he said, "That's the greatest gift you could have ever done for me, son." And he gave him a hug, and he says, "This is the Christmas I'll always remember because you sacrificed your own self to help me by milking the cows so I didn't have to." And they went back into the family room and just sat around and talked until the family got up. But his dad didn't have to go out and milk the cows on Christmas Day because of his son. And he said, "This was 40 years ago. I still remember it, and I still wake up early sometimes and think about waking up that early morning and milking the cows." And he says, "I think I want to write my wife now and tell her how much I love her." That's how the story ends.